Yeah.
So every Friday, and it's kind of beautiful. Like you open the Quran in the mosque, 8 times out of 10, it's at Surah Al-Kahf.
There's-
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا.
I used to come back from school and I'd open the fridge. And you know, in Ramadan, for some reason, the kitchen gets like a lot of time, bro.
Yeah.
Come back from school, I remember, and I'd open the fridge. I'd be like, ya salam. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, to the Noop Theory. My name is Ayman Badawi.
عمر أمين.
And this is episode 2 of the 4-part series we're doing for Ramadan. So we're in the second week of Ramadan right now. Things are starting to kind of catch a wave, catch a frequency.
As the Sudani say, خش في العظم.
خش في العظم. It has entered the bones. خش في العظم والله جد جد. لكن at the same time you're also like خلاص يعني كده هسه the flow of the day is becoming a bit more familiar.
And it's crazy how quickly we adapt to things.
Yeah,
Like I've already, like we're recording this, it's not Ramadan yet, but I'm already fully accustomed to a 5-hour workday.
Yeah. You're in the zone.
And I'm wondering why it shouldn't always be like this. Okay.
Also, we're wearing our Ramadan/traditional attire because this is literally what I live in during Ramadan.
Yeah.
I don't get out of a jellabia or a alallah.
Always.
So it was only fitting that we record these episodes in them as well.
Get yourself some, guys. Doesn't matter where you're
For
from.
sure.
This is as comfy as it gets.
If you need a plug, leave a comment.
All at us,
we
yeah.
got you. Arif, like, you know what's funny? I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking just about like Ramadan as you grow up and like how it kind of changes. Like when I was a kid, when my parents were starting to tell me, خلاص, you need to start fasting, لازم تبدأ تصوم وبتاع هنا. I remember it was like cool, like خلاص, I'm becoming an adult now, so I have to fast, which is cool. Or you think it's cool when you're that naive and 10 years old. Like I'm not gonna lie, bro, I did a lot of cheating.
Oh yeah, the coolness. It's cool until like 1 in the afternoon
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like I'm thirsty and I can smell all this food being
Come
cooked.
back, bro. I used to come back from school and I'd open the fridge. And you know, in Ramadan, for some reason, the kitchen gets like a lot of time, bro.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of love in the kitchen as well. Like the food that's being made hits different. There's desserts, there's all types of stuff. So I'd come back from school, I remember, and I'd open the fridge. I'd be like, yes, but at the same time, I can't technically touch it for like another 4 or 5 hours. Like, yeah, there was definitely days where I would go.
Yeah, no, honestly, astaghfirullah, same man. I slept for a couple of Ramadans, let's just say. And,
Yeah, bro, easy. Because everyone comes home and then they go do their nap. Everyone has a nap before fatur.
That's downtime.
The
Yeah.
nap that. Woo! If only
You
those
open
fridges,
bags slowly, you know.
Yeah. If only the fridges could speak. Allah al-Azim.
Oh, there's it's called the Afran al-Reem.
Afran al-Reem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah,
ده في النصر.
لا it's like kind of عارفة شيباني وين؟
أيوة.
It's just right next to it. So
Yeah.
Afran al-Reem is a very famous spot for those who don't participate in Ramadan. Okay, because they have. Because it's a bakery, so they're open. They're selling bread, but they're also selling fatayr, selling whatever, you know. So you'd always catch somebody there, you know, like it's like I'm just بجيب عيش للأهل, yeah, at like 2. Come on, dog, you know.
فطور فاضل له 4 ساعات يا. Oh my god, that's
بجيب عيش
hilarious.
للأهل خبز.
That's hilarious,
بجيب
bro.
خبز.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Ramadan is most definitely خش في العظم. I'm trying to have like one of my best Ramadans, to be very honest with you.
Inshallah.
وبعدين نحن يوم ذاك we were talking about Surah Al-Kahf.
Yeah.
And you were saying there was like
Yeah, so it's you know, I'm just gonna get my phone just so I can read it.
Yeah, go for it.
Correctly. But so Surah Al-Kahf is a surah it's recommended to read every Friday.
Yeah.
So every Friday, and it's kind of beautiful. Like you open the Quran in the mosque, 8 times out of 10, it's at Surah Al-Kahf.
Literally, bro, yesterday, Salat al-Jum'ah, I picked out a mushaf, the bookmark, you know, the little string.
Yeah.
It was in Surah Al-Kahf.
Page 293. Like I know exactly what page it is from how many. Yeah. So
I say, by the way, I say this, and like I'm trying to be better. لكن أنا ما زال بقرأ سورة الكهف كل جمعة.
Okay.
لكن I'm trying. So yesterday was my first sort of real attempt of getting to the mosque early, sitting down.
Trying to get the okay.
Yeah.
And Surah Al-Kahf, I read into it and why like it's recommended to read every Friday, and there's so many like good things that come out of it. But also I think just from a content wise, the content of the surah, there's 4 stories in there. I don't know exactly like the breakdown, but I remember like these 4 stories just are meant to represent like your kind of like the entire stage of like the dunya, you know, and what you're supposed to be doing. Because I can't deep dive into it because I'm not well prepared.
Yeah.
But there's this ayah that's like a verse that every time I read it, it always sticks with me. Always just kind of like, you know, just like my eyes open up a little bit. So yeah. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman
The
ar-Rahim.
Kahf is a cave.
Kahf is a cave, yeah. So here, Ashab that's the first story in there. It was like these boys that were, I think, chased out of a village because they were believers, and then Rabbana just like let them sleep in the Kahf for 300 years.
Okay.
And
300 years.
300 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 300 years and 309 years, something like that. Actually, yeah, it's 300 years, and then it says 309 years. Apparently, that's like it's 300 in Miladi and 309 in Hijri.
Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, because shorter year.
Because shorter year, yeah.
Nice.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا. So it's about those who are the biggest losers in this life, are the ones who lost their way while they think they're doing good.
Okay.
And that really like, because
Those who lost their way while thinking that they were doing good.
Yeah. هم يحسبون. Even يحسبون I even thought about it as in like they calculated they were doing good. And it's interesting, like it didn't come after like, oh, those who are lazy or those who are not participating. It's just no, you were out there, like you're grinding and you're doing all these things, and then it's almost like the Noop thing, right? Where the Noop is a no operation thing, right?
Yeah.
So, but like zero outage or zero.
Yeah, zero output.
Zero output. Yeah. So you're doing all these things, but you're not really. It's like you're focused on the creation, but not the creator. You know, that's your.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's I'm telling you, like every time I come across it, it always just kind of like I pause and it's like, okay, whew, yeah, that's.
Lakin dagiga.
Yeah.
Wait. So is there like an actual tafsir for this ayah?
So.
Or is it, I don't even know if this is right or wrong to like self-interpret.
No, by all means, like, because this is a thing, a ta'wil. Ta'wil means like the definitive fact.
Yeah.
Ta'wil al-Quran and Allah. That's it.
Okay.
So the interpretation, we can interpret, I feel
because
like.
Because that's kind of profound in a way. لأنه, like you hear about, even me sometimes, bro. Like sometimes I wake up or I finish a piece of work, or like I finish a day of work. And I'm like, what am I really doing this for?
Right? Yeah.
And then at the same time, to take it even a step further, sometimes within your work, you have to go to, let's just say as an example, I have to go to an event, right? This event is not necessarily with Muslim people, and therefore alcohol is being served, for whatever reason. There are some people who are indulging, there are some people who are not, etc. Lakin, my intention going to this event is to benefit my work or whatever I'm doing, but I'm in the wrong environment. I shouldn't be in that environment. I know I shouldn't be in that environment, but I'm putting myself in that environment with the intention that I'm actually working.
Because you're calculating, as per your calculations, this is what I need. Yeah.
So I guess that could be also a representation of.
Yeah. And I guess that's the beauty of the divine, man. It really is whatever you make out of it. It's like, I'm sure there's some very clear black and white things.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, actually, I think it was only like 10% of the Quran is like black and white things. Hey, do this, don't do that. The rest is just,
guidance.
Like
with the
overview,
guidance,
yeah.
Subhanallah. Even in Ramadan, to be honest, even now, like now that we're on this topic, I think we touched on this before, fil fatur, ready to like feast. And so because of that, you have like all of this food on the table and like people are drinks and juices and desserts and tal, and really and truly, a third of it, if at best, gets eaten.
Yeah.
The intention is not bad, but like it's not right either.
It's a success, and to go back to the Noop thing, right? Where there's just the whole Ramadan feels like a technical Noop, where like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're very like, But actually, no, this is
That's not what it's supposed to
that's
be.
not what it's supposed to be. And even like the acts of worship or the you disconnecting, you plugging out of the circuit or whatever, like it's actually doing more for you in the overall. If you in your overall programming, like instead of like the fans are running, the CPU is generating all that stuff, and it's overheating, but no output, but this is like you're turned off, kinda, but there is output. Like your output is it might not catch it.
But even that as a whole, as a concept, you're not supposed to turn off.
Yeah,
In fact, you're just supposed to turn on to different things.
exactly.
But a lot of people do turn off completely from like the world until after.
I'm just like it's
until after
Ramadan. Don't
Maghrib.
talk to me.
Until after Maghrib. Yeah, man, what an interesting perspective. That's a very interesting perspective.
It's yeah.
لأنه فعلا مرات honestly bro, like it happens so much where you're just like running, and you almost like you feel like you're in a trance at one point where you're running towards something. You don't even know if this thing even exists. You don't even know if you're going the right way in terms of like the direction of the act. Like you're taking actions or you're taking steps, but you don't even know if you're going the right way. You don't even know what the destination is. You think it's the right thing to do when you could be.
And it's a very easy trap to fall into because
Absolutely.
like it's like actually it was a Kanye thing where he's like, if I'm in like short shorts and like a tank top or whatever, and I'm running down the wrong way in a highway, people think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But if 1,000 other people are doing it, it's a marathon. It's like it's a
Wow.
Yeah, right. So for us, like.
But yeah, and in this case, there are like hundreds of thousands and millions of people.
Millions of people just were like, we're all like running like wrong side of the highway, and just like it's the grind, it's a rat race or whatever it is you want to call it.
But so then, what do you do? What do you do?
You log out.
No, but you can't just stop. Like for example, okay, now I'm gonna put some actual tangible like examples here, right? So for example, I'm building a business. Tamam. In any business or entrepreneurship, aslan, like the definition of an entrepreneur is a risk taker.
Yeah.
Right. So action or a way of life that is rooted in risk. Risk is unknown.
Yeah.
Right. You're taking certain steps towards something that you know is a risk, which means there's an unknown. So now some people spend years, decades, more than decades, like multiple decades, and they're chasing this thing with the hope that they're gonna arrive. Some people never do. And that's when you have to just kind of put your hands up, admit failure, and move on to the next thing. But for me, I'm quite early in this journey. And so I'm taking steps and making moves and certain things that I believe will, and that's all I have to base it on, which is my faith and my belief that I will get somewhere doing this. But the reality is I have no idea.
True. But to your point, right, it's you're doing it. But I think even like just knowing you is that while you're doing it and when you get there, inshallah, it's like the whole thing is coated with belief and faith. And like, I'm trying to do good here. I'm trying to do good. So it doesn't even matter the outcome in that sense. It's
That's true.
Yeah. As long as what's driving me right now is good.
Yeah.
So also, I know it sounds almost like a bit abstract or again, this is a very untangible thing. I guess this is where we're opposite, but like it's just dunya. It's like
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, if nothing worked out. Okay, like literally everything went wrong.
Yeah. By the way, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Like if nothing happens at the end of this road, that's fine. At least I tried.
Exactly. And again, you kept your faith. You kept your morals. You kept your your compass in the right way.
Wait. I just had a light bulb moment. So the ayah is basically saying, وَهُمْ يَحْسَبُونَ.
Yeah.
So as long as your intentions are morally correct and in the right place, then it's fine. But the problem is when the people...
When you think I'm doing good, but
deep down you actually know that some of what you're doing is either unethical
or
wrong.
Or your drive is it's driven by something that's like for example, like my I'm starting a business, but my drive is just like I just want to have money, man. I I just want to have money that but no, if your driver is like we can all have the same driver. Oh, I want to have money just so I can do good. عشان أعمل بيه خير. Or like عشان أصلح whatever. Or just like I want to do.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh no, I want to have money just so I can buy nice cars and nice watches.
I mean, there's also nothing wrong with that.
Sure.
Like, and that's just, yeah.
But that's just
if it's to buy nice cars so that I can then go and show off and like make people feel lesser than, then it's a problem. But if it's just because I like the finer
because
things
I like
in
the
life,
finer things in life, but I mean, by all means, like, you earned
yeah.
it, right? So yeah, you worked for it.
But I guess also, wow, that's such a small ayah, but it has so many.
No, I'm telling you, yeah. Every time it gets me.
Because you know, there's certain people that do things. Okay, again, just to kind of relate it to like real life. So there's some people that try to get ahead by putting other people down, right? So in their minds, they're doing something regardless of what the motivation is, right? So I'm basically trying to get a promotion in order to make more money, in order to feed my family or give my family a better life.
Sure.
That in isolation, completely fine.
Sounds fine.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
How I do that though is, let's again just play out a random scenario here, is I go and find out that my manager is doing XYZ and I go snitch on him. Yeah. And within snitching on him, I also play the card of, by the way, I'm ready for my promotion as well, just in case you guys need to replace him.
And that's يحسبون. That's like, you know, like.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like actually that's a really good way to break it down, right? Because you're thinking is like, oh, I'm looking at my goal right there. My goal is just like, I'm trying to feed my family. And, you know, then how I go about doing it. It's like, it's a age-old like moral thing, right? Where does the end justify the means?
Yeah.
It don't. Okay. It don't.
Because guess what? You might have gotten that promotion and now you're able to give your family a better life, but you just made someone lose their job and not able to feed their family.
And then you just have,
So, all right.
You got that in your scale.
And if you're proud of that, you need therapy, brother.
It's scary, man, because like, and I guess that's why it got me, because it scared me, you know, but it scared me in a good way, where like, okay, because like it's like, do I think I'm doing good and I'm not actually doing good, you know? So it forces you to be introspective, which is, I think that's the biggest blessing. So alhamdulillah, just like I think that's one of the main things you can kind of evolve in life, just to be introspective. And actually, one of our friends posted this and I really liked it. It was called metacognition, where it's like the smartness, where it's a type of like brain activity where you catch yourself thinking, why am I thinking that way? Why am I having this thought?
Oh yeah.
And this thought is, okay. Or let's say, let's just stick with that theory or the example of like, oh, I'm trying to feed my family. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure this guy doesn't get promoted, so I get promoted. Which happens all around us, honestly. So instead of just following your brain or following your like whatever's driving you, you actually go about doing it. Instead of like, oh no, pause, let's wait.
تراجع نفسك.
راجع نفسك, you know. And a lot of times, like, we're not even like in the front seat. We're in the back seat and we're just watching the car being driven. You know, like we're just watching it happen and watching things happen. It's because we set the destination, so I think I'm cool. But no, you gotta like kind of maneuver. You gotta drive this.
You gotta drive this car, brother. ما في حاجة اسمها Jesus take the wheel. No, but it's true though. You know, that's يعني very. أنا مرات برضو بسرح. Like I have like some introspective is, I think, an understatement for some of the hours that I spend with myself. But I sometimes like think about like the concept of a thought.
Okay.
Like what is actually a thought? And then where my head goes with this is basically tape. So a thought is basically like a messaging that happened through my nerves and blah, blah, blah. It came into my head.
Yeah.
I don't know the scientific description, obviously. So
no, that sounds legit. Okay.
Yeah, some kind of messaging through my nervous system. Yeah. But that thought is definitely triggered, or like that messaging is definitely triggered by either something that I saw, that I smelt, that I heard, something, right? But then what does that mean? That means it was also influenced by the environment that I was in. whether that environment was a professional environment, a social environment, active environment, sports, whatever the case may be, blah, blah, blah. And so then for me to really, really, really control my thoughts, because I'm like a very naive, delusionally optimistic, positive
Nice.
person.
Yeah, I
right?
know that.
I'm sure you've clocked.
No, I'm the same. That's why I was like, nice. This is good. Yeah, cool.
In order for me to try and really live up to that, I try to always put myself, obviously I fail a lot, but I try to put myself in environments which kind of contribute to that. Okay. And therefore they would contribute to my thoughts, and therefore I can really live with nothing but positivity in my mind. So I don't watch the news, for example.
Good.
Because, I mean, we all know what's on the news.
It's not good. Okay.
There's literally nothing there. I'm not really a huge fan. This might be a little bit too much, but I'm not really a big fan of horror movies.
Okay. Yeah, same actually. Yeah.
Like if I'm watching content, I'm either watching comedy. Like I've watched Friends 70,000, 100 times. Like any episode of Friends, or like a comedy show. Action is nice because I like a little bit of a thrill.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, like thoughts are crazy, man. And like your ability to control your thoughts or influence your thoughts is, even though you might not think so, it's in your hands.
It really is. But you know, I'll tell you like something a bit different. Like I like what you said, that you put yourself in that environment that would nurture the positive thoughts.
Yeah.
I kind of go the other way around. I guess subconsciously, I'm just like, it just clocked to me when you're talking. Like a lot of my close friends that I hang out with, well, not a lot, but like there's a couple that I hang out with, not very optimistic about the state of the world, and they're just kind of like on the news and just watching all the, and it's like there's a lot of like doom, like a sensation of like, oh, it's coming, boys, it's coming, they're gonna, and like I like to kind of test my positivity against those, you know, like I was like, I see your doomness, but also like, nah, you know, it's gonna be okay. But also it's gonna be okay is really like rooted in just deen, because
faith,
like, it's like, who cares if it's not okay? It's, you know, it's like,
yeah, but like, could you imagine living your life just worrying about something you have no control over?
it will age you, you know, and it'll really age you, and also just like I don't want to say bitter, but like just, it makes you bitter because like it makes you just assume the worst out of people,
or fearful, right?
Yeah,
like
or
it's gonna stop you.
You're scared. Yeah.
You're scared of doing so many different things. Like, yani, like it's the same as like, I'm not gonna let my child go study in this country because
he might get shot. You know.
Well, all right then. Like, just rob him of a good education then. Why don't you? You know what I mean? Okay, that's a bit of an extreme example.
Yeah, but again, these people exist. You know, like, no, you're not gonna study there. You're gonna study here. You know, like it's just so it's more safer, and like as if we have control over all these things. And
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think I guess that's what it kind of comes down to.
But yeah, if you hey, next time you're reading Surah Al-Kahf, just kind of pause at that one. Just it's towards the end too, so
I didn't even get through the whole surah yesterday. That's the goal, is to go early enough to get through the whole surah. And then, so my thing with reading Quran as well, since we're here and it's Ramadan, it's obviously Arabic is like Arabic, right?
Yeah.
Like اللغة العربية.
It's the highest level of Arabic too, you know. So
yeah. Like in general, اللغة العربية is like a language. Like it's a language. It's almost like I think it's the most like layered.
It's also the most words, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I read somewhere it has like
like
12.6 million.
Yeah.
Mufradat words.
Yeah. And English is what, 200, 300,000?
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that big of a difference.
Yeah, no, it's huge. It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but so to that point, like I wanted to read, or my goal is to read the Quran, but also understand the Quran instead of just reading it to read it, because I know that there's like all types of stories and all types of messages and all types of like wisdom really in it. And فعشان كده it takes time. Like I need to dedicate at least a couple of hours per sitting to really kind of go through a surah like Surah Al-Kahf and understand exactly what
one of each of these stories represents, and what's the hikmah behind it? What's the
messaging? What's the wisdom? What's the I think that's definitely something.
Actually, since we're on wisdom, in Quran it never mentions smart. It will always just mention either like we've given them wisdom, and it mentions the rushd, rashid. So it's a cool word. So I was having this conversation with a friend actually yesterday, and we're talking about smart, and we're like, I'm not impressed by smart. Like smart doesn't impress, because like man, like somebody can, like, let's say I'm smart, right? Or I think I'm smart, but also I'm not smarter than the mechanic that fixes my car. But you won't really perceive him as smart per se. But he can do something you can't. You know? So
But what is smart?
yeah, so that's the thing.
Smart's IQ, right?
Smart's, I guess the IQ is one way, but IQ is very specific. IQ is just like pattern recognition and like mental math. That's
Okay.
that's the IQ test, you know.
So what makes someone smart?
Make somebody maybe like their knowledge, like how quickly can you memorize or how quickly can you read
Okay,
and
yeah,
analyze what you just read. That's an easy, you know.
So what, bro?
Yeah, cool, you know. But okay, can you
I
fix a
think,
table?
I think
You know,
the school system did this to us.
yeah, where it was exactly where it was
Because the best kids in school are the ones that
memorize.
memorize everything really fast, and like they do the best in tests, because if you memorize well, you can do a test well and you get a high grade or whatever. But the simplest way to back the point of smart doesn't matter is if you look at like the richest people in the world list, most of them are high school dropouts.
Yeah, true.
Or college dropouts.
That's true. Yeah.
Like,
And also, like again, if like so we're in agreement, right? Smart doesn't matter. Smart is just whatever. So wisdom, right? So this is what you want to be. You want to be wise. The wisest person knows they're not wise at all, because there's like, it's like an infinite thing. How can you obtain all of wisdom? You can't. You can't. And the more you go into it, the more you guys actually know there's more to know. So yeah, don't be impressed by people that use the words. Words are made up. Stay woke. You know, right? Okay.
Real. SubhanAllah, man. It's wisdom is such an interesting thing as well, because like apparently, so you get wiser with more life experience, right?
Yeah.
And so as you get older, because you've lived more life, naturally you will most likely be a bit wiser. Even at my dad's funeral, one of his closest friends was talking. He did like a little speech. I've never seen that before, to be honest. Like, and he did like a speech in the sala where they were hosting like the people and stuff. And he was saying like, 'cause my dad passed at 65. And so he was saying that Osama, my dad, was just reaching. He was like just breaking the ice of like true wisdom. And like, because doctors usually are like ingrained in like their work and
medical knowledge and
all they read is like medical books and stuff like that. And he was like, my dad was just leaving that world of like just being a doctor and like becoming just like a wise elder statesman.
Hakim.
yeah. Which is funny, by the way. In Lebanon, they call doctors al Hakim.
Yeah.
يقول لك أنا رايح للحكيم.
Hakim. Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's amazing. Yeah, man. Jokes. طيب. That was a great topic, man. I can keep talking about this, by the way. Genuinely, I can keep talking.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like in these, you know what's funny? These are like I don't know why. Like the energy of Ramadan kind of makes you think about these things more.
For sure.
Makes you talk about these
You
things
become just
more.
like, and you know, and that's such a beautiful thing, because like you come like, because idea is like you go to like your majlis or your friend hangout and be like, okay, and hey, yo guys, check this out. I wrote this today. Check this out. I read this today. And just imagine like the beauty of that. What you get out of that?
Just the conversations.
Just the conversation.
Just the conversations. Literally.
Because again, like if the goal is to be smart, which as agreed is wise. You don't want to be smart. You want to be wise. What other way can you get to wisdom without like, you know, this? It's just
and then like even the back and forth of like how someone interprets one thing versus the other person.
Yeah, because again, like you read it, but like we all read the same words, but what they mean to us is completely different.
Completely different. Yeah, man. Al-Rawhaniyat. That's what they call them, right?
Spirituality.
The spiritual. Like these things in Ramadan, like the energy of Ramadan are called
Rawhaniyat.
Yeah. It's crazy. So this one's called forced or chosen.
Okay.
So I'm going to say a statement, and you have to decide for yourself whether this is an activity or something that is forced or chosen.
Cool.
Right? Skipping dessert in Ramadan, is that even a thing?
No, it's like I had like an error. What do you mean? I can't skip dessert. Can't skip
Or
dessert. Can't skip dessert.
dessert in general. Dessert something that's forced or chosen in Ramadan,
No, it's closer to forced than chosen because like
right?
it gotta be there. You
It's
know
crazy.
because like look, we're all done with food, right?
Yeah.
First thing is ناس الشاي عندهم الشاي ناس القهوة عندهم القهوة. I'm not gonna raw dog قهوة and شاي في Ramadan, man. Come on now. Okay.
Without dessert?
I don't want to
Sharing
say
qahwa?
astaghfirullah. I don't want to say haram, but that's like, hey,
Yeah,
you're
what?
touching it. You're messing up my Ramadan vibe right now, bro.
Like drama during traffic.
Yeah, no,
Like traffic.
That's chosen.
Traffic and people's behavior in traffic during
Like,
Ramadan.
it's almost like the whole point of this is to control your emotions, to be like to rise above your average self, you know, like. So if you're somebody that spazzes on average on Ramadan, just don't, man.
It's wild during Ramadan. It's wild, bro.
Like the honk is louder somehow, you know. People,
Everything is
like
just more animated.
They hit it. I'll kill your whole family if you cut me again. The amount of times I've seen like arms flaring in the back of windows where like somebody's.
Okay, this isn't a forced or chosen thing, but it's an interesting like topic. Trying to avoid gossip during Ramadan. I'm not much of a gossiper anyway, but for those that are, and like yani, it's a very normal thing in like, culture where you just like sit around and you talk about stuff, and in some cases you talk about people. That sounds like a difficult task during Ramadan.
It is because
if you're used to it.
Because for a lot of people it's like right now we're saying it's gossip, right? But for them it's just conversation.
Yeah.
That's how we converse with each other. That's not a but
what is considered gossip?
I think قطيعة. Is that gossip? Is that gossip and قطيعة? Is that the same thing?
I guess. I don't know.
قطيعة is like تقطع في زول, like you're
تقطع في زول is like talking about someone behind their back.
Yeah.
Is that what gossip is?
I guess, yeah. We're the wrong dudes for this, you know. Some girls are like fuming right now. Some girls like there's smoke coming out of hairs, right?
Is namima gossip?
Namima is gossip, yeah.
Which is, I guess, the same thing.
It's the same thing. I guess namima is qati'a, yeah.
Talking about people
when
they're not in the room. Yeah, that's gossip. That's for sure gossip.
So just like, you know, don't, all right? Yeah. Hold your tongue till ba'd al-fatur, I guess. Or just don't also, you know.
Even ba'd al-fatur.
Yeah, like by the way, every time you open your mouth, you have like, there's a small 2 seconds or 1 second, even like a millisecond of like, wait, I'm about to say this. So just kind of catch yourself there. I think we can.
You know what though? This is interesting because like is it gossip if I'm telling a story about someone when they're not there, but the idea of me telling that story is not the person.
Yeah,
it's just the story.
Yeah.
And like what can be deduced from that or learned.
No, I'm with you. You're actually, we're zeroing in on it. So I think gossip is like you're telling the story about somebody to showcase their
flaw.
Yeah. So as soon as you know, so because it's the intention of it, right?
That's not very nice.
Yeah. So but I'm telling you, for people, like it's like, and I don't wanna be that guy, but it's mostly women, you know. Like for women, it's like that's their. القاعدة هي كده يعني. That's for the most part. I don't want to generalize, but for the most part, is like we're just gonna sit and talk about what she did and what she did and how tacky that was and how weird that was and how she whatever you get where this is going. Yeah. So I guess it goes back to that whole like the beauty of Ramadan, right? So like Ramadan, everybody's reading Quran, everybody's reading, and you're supposed to go out there and just discuss it. Yo, I read this today. Yo, I read this today. Yo, what do you think that means? You know? Yo, I saw this tafsir video about this. I think you guys would like this. So I think it's like a way to like elevate our conversations, and selves.
Oh my God. I just had a very funny thought of like people going and then after being invited for fatur and then after fatur going and talking to other people about the fatur.
You won't believe what kind of weak lineup they had. It was disgusting, man.
الحلو مر ما في سكر
لا يا رطة أطرش لو بينك.
Okay. This is a very interesting one. So in Ramadan, in the last 10 days, there's a very, it might not be challenging for some, like in the last 10 days, fi Salat al-Tahajjud.
Yeah.
So Salat al-Tahajjud is, obviously there's Taraweeh, and then there's like that between period, and then there's Tahajjud. So a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like the normal thing to do is you have like social gatherings or whatever after Taraweeh, but then you have to leave early to make it to tahajjud.
Yeah.
For some people, it's very difficult to leave a gathering early because FOMO, right? They don't want to leave the gathering early.
Yeah.
So should that be, no, it can't, that's not a good question. Should it be forced or chosen? But like, have you ever missed a tahajjud because you wanted to stay at a social gathering?
No. I don't like, alhamdulillah, man, it's just like, I've let go of FOMO a long time ago.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Like,
Same.
I'm not, because like,
ChatGPT, you're doing a bad job at this, man. we're not the people for this. We're really not, because I don't have FOMO either.
yeah, and also like, but again, it's defeating the purpose, like the whole point of like that gada between Taraweeh and the Tahajjud. It's just like a little time filler, whatever, you go get your food or then go. Like, it goes back to that, ضل سعيهم, like you miscalculated where the important thing is. There's a huge miscalculation here, you know, like this ain't it. Like, yeah, sure, go, show face, eat. Yeah, have your sweets and just get to it, man. Get to the main thing.
Yeah. It's so funny, man. Like, I've seen so many different, because again, like, I don't want to give off the impression that I've always been this person, but alhamdulillah, like, for the last few years, I have had such good Ramadans intentionally, where like I make sure that I'm at every Taraweeh, the last 10 days I'm at every Tahajjud, like, it's just alhamdulillah, and something in me wanted to do that, and so I've been doing it. But I haven't been this person all along. But I've also seen all of the different scenarios where, like, مثلا, you'd be at like a gathering after Taraweeh or whatever, and then some people are like, nope, hard stop, I gotta go, I'm going to Tahajjud. Some people are like on the fence. They're like, oh, okay, I'll catch up the last 4 or the last 2 or whatever. And then some people are like, oh, it's okay, I'll just go tomorrow, or I'll skip today, or it's okay, I'm not. Like, not casting judgment on any of those like decisions that individual people make, but it's just interesting. It's like, ضل سعيهم. Like, ضل سعيهم is so deep, because you're putting, it's such a momentary decision as well. Like, راحت منك, like, ضل سعيك for like a moment,
and that and then
خلاص راحت عليك. Or if you like focus سعيك for like a minute, the rewards could be.
Actually, funny enough, I've been listening to Goggins' book, and he talks about this, like, if you can take a 1 second, like a knee, and just in the heat of the moment or in the heat of any big decision, you're able to take a knee for 1 second and figure out what needs to be done, you've already won. Because if you just like think about it a second, okay, what am I catching here? I'm gonna play cards. The greatest joke ever could have been told. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, nice. laughter, and off we go.
Yeah.
Versus like, no, I'm gonna go there and the reward of what I can get. First of all, it's the afterworld reward. We don't know, but the inward, like, in what you can gain then and there could be life altering. You know.
Yeah, man. I think we're too, as a society, I think we're too impulsive.
Yeah.
We're too impulsive.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because if you actually take time to think, but there's no time to think because you're always just like, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want to get into conspiracies, but I genuinely believe it's by design. It's like all this moral decay, all this swipe. Our brain can't fathom to like the mental break of like, oh, let me think about this. Yeah. Let me think about my decision. Let me think about my consequences. No, I'm just like, think first.
Act
think
later. Like, act now and think about the consequences. Figure out the consequences later.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Well, I mean, we have 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
So, good luck to everyone. Hopefully you're catching a wave as we are. And hopefully you're enjoying this content. Again, I don't think we'll be able to do it this Ramadan, but if you have any specific burning Ramadan topics, put them in the comments and we'll either make some content about it or include it in our next Ramadan series.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, this was dope.
Thank you, Ayman.
I really enjoyed this.
Me too, man. No, this was nice. Wholesome.
Very wholesome. Very Ramadan friendly. I love it. See y'all in the next one, guys.
See ya.
تصوموا وتفطروا على خير.
إن شاء الله.
نشوفكم في الجاية. See you later.